Hey guys, Ellie here, and today I'm bringing you a post-narrated UU battle I had against a subscriber during a live stream. This was a team that I made in like 5 minutes. It was awful and I did not expect to win at all. But it was a really close game. It ended up being a really fun battle. And I completely forgot that Zygarde was a thing. So, yeah, I will run through the team very quickly. Scarf Damanasan with U-Turn, Rock Slide, Earthquake and Flare Blitz. Defensive Swampert, not the Mega. Not too sure why I didn't have Mega, but whatever. Defensive Swampert with Scald, Ice Beam, Roar and Stealth Rock. Specs PZ, which I've never used before, with Hyper Beam, Bolt Beam, and then I think I put Psyshock on it. Sash, Web, Galvantula with Giga Drain, Thunder and Volt Switch. I really should have had Bug Buzz on this game, because Zygarde was such a fucking problem. I really regret not putting Bug Buzz on that. As soon as that game was finished, I put Bug Buzz on it straight away. Life Orb Azelf was Explosion, just because I could, and Assault Vest Florges, which was really underwhelming, and yeah, it doesn't really do much work in this battle. So, let's begin. I lead off with my Scarf Damanasan, and I think I just go straight for the Flare Blitz, or I was going to go straight for the Flare Blitz, but Showdown lag, you know, didn't process my cancel. He predicts my switch into Swampert nicely, and he goes for the sub here. I actually cancelled that play. I went to go for Ice Beam in case he wanted to go for Nasty Plot straight away or whatever. Which is, I mean, it's fine because he didn't Giga Drain me, but I got up my rocks, which is nice. I switch out into Azelf fearing the Giga Drain, but he just goes for Leech Seed, which is fine because I can U-turn out, break the sub, and go into something to threaten him out. So I bring in my Dalmanitan here, and he goes for the Signal Beam and gets confused. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? It turns out he doesn't have Giga Drain, which is excellent knowledge for me. I go for the U-turn because it would have killed the Celebi, and he's going to switch anyway. I go into Floor just to threaten him out, and he ends up going into Empoleon, which I predict nicely, and go for the Giga Drain, which didn't really matter because it did nothing. Go into Galvantula because I really need damage on this. I go straight for the Thunder, not fucking around. Actually, I might go for Sticky Web. No, I go straight for the Thunder because I really need damage on that. It's quite a problem for my team. He switches into Florges and I get the power. He gets full powered, which is kind of nice for me. I get up the web as he's going to go into Zygarde this turn, which is absolutely fine. I do have a Swampert, which just completely walls the fuck out of this. For some reason, I decided to stay in and go for Giga Drains, which was a really bad play on my behalf. And he just goes for Earthquake here, which is not a big deal because I have a Swampert. He is going to go into Empoleon, predicting the Ice Beam, but I went for Roar because I didn't want him setting up a coil. But again, you know, why would you on the Swampert? He's going to go for Infinite, and I think what he meant to do here, he actually predicted me to go for Ice Beam that turn, which is why he brought it in. So that's going to be a big factor of the game. I'm going to go into Florges because Grass Knot, and also I don't really see much of it, you know, doing much use for this game. So I thought I'd sack it or, you know, have damage. I go for HP Fire there, predicting the Celebi to come in, but then I realised Moonblast did more anyway. So I switch out into PZ. He goes for Default, which is fine. And I think I go for T-Bolt here, which is really silly of me. But he meant to switch in... I think he meant to switch in Zygarde this turn, which is really unfortunate. He cancelled this play, but Showdown service has been awful recently, so Showdown lag unfortunately didn't cancel the play. I mean, it's good for me, but he gets this free switch into Celebi or Zygarde. So I'd switch out into Azelf because he's either going to go for Leech Seed or Sub. Knock off breaking the sub. I didn't want to U-turn in case he subbed again. And I go for Psychic, and at this point I know that he doesn't have Giga Drain. I go boom! I get a crit. I calculated it didn't actually end up mattering, but that was really satisfying. I go for Flare Blitz here because I don't want this thing setting up a sub, and I don't see how much use for it anymore because I have Specs PZ for Celebi, so he finishes me off with a Earthquake, and I'm free to bring in my Swampert to Ice Beam, which is nice. No, I get out my rocks so the Infinite can't come back, and that's what I do. I Ice Beam this turn, and he predicts that nicely by going into the Empoleon. He really wants to get rid of those rocks so he can bring in the Infinite, and at this point I think we just start scolding each other, so we get burn. So one of us gets a burn. So the next couple of turns I think are us just slapping each other with squads and exchanging rocks and whatnot. So yeah, so we're basically just fishing for burns, and I think it's this turn that I realise this is probably a really bad idea because I need to save this for the Zygarde. Right, that's what I was gonna say. I go straight for the Thunder. I really don't need to. I'm not gonna fuck around with this thing. I need this thing dead. Unfortunately, I don't get power and he gets off his defog. I'm going to go for the Sticky Web because it's going to help against the Zygarde and the Celebi. I go in here and I think I go for T-Bolt, which was a really silly play because that was a really obvious switch. He doubles into Empoleon this turn, and at this point I'm like, why the fuck don't I have Earthquake on this thing? So don't get a burn with Scald, which is 4 Scalds now, no burn, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know. I switch to PZ here, and I think he gets a burn. He does not get a burn here, my apologies. I just go straight for Hyper P because it was funny. He gets to revenge me with close combat on this. And I bring in the Swampert. Now, he makes a over prediction here. I realised, shit, why did I bring this in? I saw Grass Knot. Now what he thought I did was bring this in to bait for the Grass Knot, and he thought I'd double into Florges and let me die of recoil, of the Life Orb recoil, so I think he ends up going for a fire move, or he doubles out into Celebi. But I click rocks at this point because I'm thinking, fuck, I'm gonna die. He's just gonna go for the Grass Knot. There's no point switching out, something's dying. So luckily he predicted that, and I think that's what threw him the game. Spoiler, I do end up winning. I go for Raw here into the Zygarde, which is great because I get to now Ice Beam something, either this or the Celebi. What he should have done there was, I believe what he should have done there was sack his Infinite that turn and go into Celebi. So he could Leech Seed me to force a switch or something. But the Zygarde goes down, and Celebi revenges me with Psychic here, I believe. I can't believe he wasn't carrying Giga Drain. I was fucking shit scared. And this is the point where he goes for Leech Seed and stalls me for a couple turns with Substitute. And I was in the stream, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So yeah, this basically happens for like, what, 5 more turns? He just stalls me out, which is fine. It's, you know, he had to do it to try and win, which is respectful. I'm not going to be a bitch about it, because I probably would have done the same if we were in the same situation. So we were calcing it on stream. Well, not calcing it, but we were saying GG at this point because I thought he would win. But he would have to get a min roll here for me to win the game, and he got a really min roll. My Moonblast was able to take him out, and Infinite dies on entry. So that was a really, really close game with Verpicify, also known as Rohep. Thank you very much for battling me. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, if you guys want to catch my streams, I battle people on stream all the time, so if you want a link to my Twitch channel, it will be down below. I'm trying to hit 500 followers before Christmas, so if you can go and follow me, that would be fucking that'd be fucking amazing. Best Christmas present ever. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next upload. Goodbye!